Hey YouTube, how you doing? Big E here. How's everything? Sorry, sad today. This is I got off of work today, and me and my friend, we were about ready to clock out, and well, and he told me something sad. I got the news today that Goodfellas actor Ray Liotta has passed away at the age of 67. I don't know if he was like sick or anything, or had some medical condition, but I was told he told me that Ray Liotta passed away. While during the filming of a new movie, Dangerous Waters, he was in the Dominican Republic doing it, and he passed away reportedly in his sleep. Yep. So I would say, I don't know what, but it would kind of be like natural causes, or but he was a great actor, very funny man. All I know is he was in one of my favorite movies of all time, one of my favorite gangster movies, drama movies of the 90s. One of my favorite movies of 1990, along with other like The Rescuers Down, Goodfellas, of course, with Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci was in this, and this movie was released in 1990, and of course this is the dead body part thing about Goodfellas. I censored that off for the camera and everything, and of course Goodfellas, property of Warner Brothers Incorporated. Warner Brothers, one of my favorite movie companies. Ray Liotta did a good job playing Henry Hill in this. It's about based true story, a real gangster story about a guy named Henry Hill. The real Henry Hill is not with us anymore. He passed away in 2012. It's about, and Goodfellas is Martin Scorsese. It's Martin Scorsese film, and this was it won awards and everything, and Siskel and Ebert gave this movie 2 thumbs up, way up, and Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times, which I agree with him on, it's one of the best mob movie ever. I agree with him on this. And Ray Liotta, he was a funny guy, and he was Henry Hill. Robert De Niro was Jimmy Conway. Joe Pesci was Tommy. Lorraine, I can't pronounce her last. Bracco was his wife, Karen Hill, and Paul Sorvino was in this. He played Paulie Cicero. He gave Henry Hill, his character, Ray Liotta's character, Henry Hill, a job, but at a pizzeria. But when Henry Hill was a kid, and in Goodfellas, Henry Hill was played by another actor, but Ray Liotta played him as a grown-up. And that's one of Ray Liotta's best movies he ever did, in my opinion. I remember, I have not seen or heard of this one about, but he's been in some other movies. He was like in this movie, he played Shoeless Joe Jackson in this movie, Field of Dreams, with Kevin Costner, Amy Madigan from Uncle Buck, James Earl Jones, and Burt Lancaster. It's like a baseball movie, and it was Burt Lancaster's final role before he passed away 5 years later. And Ray Liotta, I remember in the movie, he made like a small cameo in Muppets from Space. which was released in 1999 by Columbia Pictures, Jim Henson Pictures, Walt Disney Pictures. Yep. Let me see if I can. He was the gate guard. Miss Piggy tried to bribe him or somewhat to let him in and so they can get Gonzo out of there, out of an alien convention, and so then she sprays Ray Liotta with some spray to after he told her to leave and everything. So he sprays her. She sprays him to change his mind. Then he lets him in. Lets him in to open the gate and lets him in. They bust Gonzo out and I think the potion wore off after they escape with Gonzo and they go bye bye and Animal and that I love Animal. He's like rum rum and when Ray Liotta's telling everybody bye and I love Animal. He's like, bye bye, nice man. And then the alarm goes off, and I think Ray Liotta, the potion wore off because when he saw the alarm go on, he's like, what the heck is going on? That was just a great movie. He was a great actor. He's done a lot of good things. A lot of good movies. Yeah. Like I remember, I've heard him. He was like in a movie called he was in the movie Narc, which I would love to see. Which was released in 2002. It stars Jason Patric and him, Ray Liotta, and they play. It revolves around the efforts of two police detectives in a search of the murder of an undercover police officer as they investigate the unethical behavior and uncover the dark secrets that will challenge their fragile relationship. Yep. That was... And he was in a movie with Whoopi Goldberg, I remember. Karina, which I don't know much about. I've never seen it before. And he was in Operation Dumbo Drop with Danny Glover and Dennis Leary, and he was the Green Berets during. They played Danny Glover and Ray Liotta, and Operation Dumbo Drop played the Green Berets during the 1968 Vietnam War. Who attempt to transport an elephant through jungle terrain to a South Vietnamese village, which in turn helps American forces monitor Viet Cong activity, and dealt with war, politics, and political wealth and animal welfare. Yeah, that shocked me. Ray Liotta. Boy, I'm just looking at all these movies. He even started in a movie with Wild Hogs, which didn't really do too good from critics. But I liked it. I don't care who didn't like it. I don't care what. I thought it was a good movie. He was in Wild Hogs back in 2007 with John Travolta, Tim Allen, Martin Lawrence, and William H. Macy. And Marissa Tomei and Jill Hennessy. Yep. Looking at all these movies he was in. He was in a lot of movies, man. Oh, and he was in the Walt Disney Pictures, Jim Henson Pictures, Muppets Most Wanted movie as well back in 2014. He played one of the prisoners or something when Kermit was sent there when they were looking for a frog that looked like him, named Constantine Frog, and Constantine Frog, and who was wanted, and so they switched things up in some. I haven't seen Muppet. I saw the Muppets Most Wanted first back in theaters back in 2014, but I haven't seen it in a long time. So oh wow. Life is a fragile thing, man. He made he made guest appearances too, like in Family Guy, Just Shoot Me, Frasier, and he even made a guest appearance in the SpongeBob episode from 2008. That episode, Whatever Happened to SpongeBob, it's also best known as Who Bob What Pants, as one of those bubble popping boys after SpongeBob had a bad thinks that his friends didn't like him after he made him angry because of a few accidents, and he decided to leave Bikini Bottom because they kept calling him Idiot Boy, and then he loses his memory. He wanders in place and he attempts to get a new job, and then everything, and then Bubble Poppin' Boys went to were trying, and then he stopped the Bubble Poppin' Boys and everything. He was the lead. Ray Liotta voiced the Bubble Poppin' Boy leader. Yep. Just can't believe he's gone. Yep. All I have to say is one of my favorite movies of him, number one favorite movie in my opinion, he always starred in, will always be Goodfellas. Yep, it's one of my favorite Ray Liotta movies. It's one of my favorite Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci movies as well. And he not only voiced, played Henry Hill. He also narrated a few. He also narrated too, like when Joe Pesci's character Tommy was beating up Billy Batts by Frank Vincent, who also worked with Joe Pesci in like Casino and Raging Bull. I love both of those movies too. Ray Liotta was saying that how the mafia worked. That Billy Batts was considered an unmade man, was a made man and untouchable, and and if you touched a made man, there'd be some serious problems, serious consequences. I'm not going to talk about it on the internet, but and when he was being, my favorite was the helicopter scene when he was being in his Cadillac Coupe de Ville Phaeton 1979 car, being chased by helicopters and everything, and he thought they were local cops busting his chops over Lufthansa, and they turned out to be narcs, until he got arrested with that part, and when there he was like cop going, "Freeze, don't you move your mother, or I'll blow your brains out. Shut the car off slowly." He's like, "Don't get move." And what, even when he guy threatened to put Ray Liotta behind the bars, he's like, "You're gonna do 25 years, man." And see it. He's like, "I'm talking." He's like, "25 years, pal. I'll slap your fucking head inside and out." Yep. But he starred in one of the bestest, most greatest mob movies there ever was. I haven't seen much of his other movies, like, but I've seen like Goodfellas. It's one of my favorite '90s movies of all time, especially rated R movies. So, yep, shocked me. He was He was in a Dominican Republic. 67 years old, man. Too young. He was a great man, great actor. He had it. He had it all. It's great. And I'm reading this, and it says Ray Liotta. Hold on, if I can find it. Ray Liotta, he's yeah, yep, he was just great. He was not just he didn't play just Henry Hill. He was Henry Hill. Great actor, great everything. I think he did a good job. We all go. We all go at some point. All right, YouTube. I'm gonna get off. Nice seeing you. Take it easy. Be safe and stay out of trouble. Peace. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. Rest in peace.